Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Old School Gridiron here on the Ion Game Corner, where we take a look at some old football video games. And as you can see, we have now come to excuse me, we've now come to the point where we are dealing with the look at that. Oh, the Tecmo bot retweeted me. We are now dealing with the probably undisputed king of old school football video games, Tecmo Super Bowl. We'll just let this roll here. I mean, people still play this crazy to this day. We're talking, what? This is 2015, and this game came out, what, 92? Based on the 91 season, so I figure it's got to come out in 92. So people still playing it. So it has some staying power. I mean, you see people even modding it. So if you're a Tecmo Super Bowl fan, the site to check out is it's tecmobowl.org, and you can find all sorts of different year mods for Tecmo Super Bowl, updated rosters, teams, all that kind of stuff. So with a lot of the other ones we've done so far in Old School Gridiron, what I like to do is play them, see how I like it, decide whether or not, if it is a game that you can kind of have a season mode, so to speak, if I'm going to keep going with it. This one, I don't need to do that. I know I'm still going to be playing this one, so I'm going to do a whole season here of Tecmo Super Bowl. Not today, obviously, but let's get this thing going. So we'll go into season. And why is Denver already selected? Oh, look at that. I didn't even load a state here. Alright, well, let's reset this. Alright. So I'm going to use my handy dandy random.org, and I'm going to randomly select my team. So we've got 28 teams here. And we'll just go down each column left to right. So we'll go down the AFC East, NFC East, then the Central. I think for a second what the divisions used to be called, and we'll consider it that way. So let's see, what do I got here? 10. So that would be Dallas. That would be the Cowboys. All right, let's go to our schedule. We'll auto skip to the end of week 1. Which will skip all the computer games, not my game, but it will skip all the computer games. So actually, before, what I'll do is, when it gets to my game, we'll go to the team data screen, and we shall check out what is going on with my team. Let's go to Dallas. There we go, look at this. Alright, so we got Aikman as a quarterback. I believe this was his rookie year, or was it the year after? I don't know, we don't use stats or anything. Let's go back so we get the full. So we got Aikman, we got Emmitt Smith at running back, Tommy Agee, or I think it's Agee. Then we've got Kelvin Martin and Michael Irvin as the wide receivers, with Jay Novacek as the tight end. And that's there's a backup tight end, offensive line, kicker and punter. And here's your starting defense. So this was, I believe, this was the year. This was based off of the year that the Redskins defeated the Bills in the Super Bowl. And I believe this was either the year, I think either the year before or 2 years before the Cowboys went back to back against the Bills. This is kind of like the beginnings of that 90s Dallas dynasty. So anyway, let's get into this first game here. Toss, just receive. Back when teams used to do that and none of this deferring stuff. So, I mean, obviously, if you're not familiar with Tecmo Super Bowl, you'll be shocked, but you look at, I mean, obviously, similar look to the original Tecmo Bowl, smaller guys, because just there's actually more on the field, so we're actually playing 11 on 11. And I can't believe this. Oh, come on! Oh, don't! Yeah, you could. This is the game. One of the games you could do the zigzag back and forth there to avoid tacklers. Oh, the blitz. Yes, and much like, so you see the play calling screen. The difference between this one, obviously, and the original Tecmo Bowl is we have 8 plays now instead of 4. You have 4 run plays, 4 pass plays. Both the offense and defense both pick an offensive play, and if the defense picks the same play as the offense, you get that kind of all-out blitz deal. And just like that, we have our first touchdown of the season. Kelvin Martin. Oh yeah, this is before Alvin Harper. I think I'm like, wait, there was someone other than Irvin who was like their big receiver. Like they had Alvin Harper. And you see, this is also the first game where you would see things like you see there, QB Browns. So, if my memory serves me correctly, it was that you had a few guys, and in this game they're all quarterbacks, who were not part of the Players Association, or I don't know if it had something to do with the quarterback club or something, but it's QB Browns, who's Bernie Kosar, also Jim Kelly of the Bills, and Randall Cunningham of the Eagles were not in, their names were not in the game. There we go. Eugene Lockhart with the sack. The games take about the same amount of time as the ones in the original Tecmo Bowl. I want to say roughly like 15 minutes a game. So I think I'm going to maybe try and get 2 games in here on this one. Normally I'll probably go... Am I buzzing? Oh, another retweet from... Oh yeah, Tecmo Bowl. That's another one who I think retweets anybody who tweets anything about Tecmo Bowl. So normally, like, I think I'll try and do 4 weeks. We'll start doing the math, I guess, as try and maybe even it out so that I'm not just playing like 1 game if I get to like the Super Bowl or whatever. So I got some other stuff I want to do today. So we'll try and get 2 games in. I don't want to just do 1 game because whatever, it's just 15 minutes. It's funny that that little animation there. Loved this game as a kid, I still do. But I played it all the time to the point that like we would be playing street football, and if I like caught a touchdown pass, I would do the little spike and then put the one finger up in the air and kind of run like the receiver, and then like if I threw a touchdown pass, do like the both arms up and then the fist pump. I mean, this was like the seminal football game I played for a long, long time. Like, I think it wasn't until like for the Sega Genesis, there was Joe Montana football, the Montana Sports Talk football. This will never cover because this is. Oh, the one thing you notice is this is different from the original Tecmo Bowl is that if you're in front of a receiver, you are not guaranteed to get the interception. I think I'm just gonna blitz when I'm a defensive back. I'm just like I cycle through, use different defensive players. I know a lot of people will pick one player that they really it's really good and just stick with them and amass 200 sacks in a season. But we'll see. If I start getting burned, maybe I'll try and cover. What was I talking about before that? Oh, yeah. So the Joe Montana Sports Talk Football for Genesis, which was okay, but the thing I hated about that game was that I couldn't run. I mean, maybe it'd be different. I'd have to. Maybe I'll revisit. There'll be another one. I'll obviously revisit. Hopefully, a little bit down the road. But I couldn't run any kind of offense in that game. Like the only play I could get to work was a fake field goal, and you could run it no matter what down it was, on first down somehow, and you could get people to. You could just run against the computer, obviously. It was the only play I could get to work in that game. Then there was it was the Sega Sports. I think they also did the Joe Montana games, but then they ended up being like primetime football. With, like Deion Sanders was on the cover, and then like it was I think it was NFL '95 or something like that. Those games were decent. I like those games, but I mean before that, I mean it was Tecmo Bowl, and everything else was a distant second. The other thing is it kind of like the onside kick that they introduced that in this too, and which didn't mean onside kick there. You know, it's like I'm already up 21-0, and I like the game does. Oh, as I speak, I may just left touchdown. Oh, he missed Reggie Langhorne. As you get into like the playoffs, it does get a little bit harder, and it still isn't the hardest. Even I'm sure like people who are like super masters of Tecmo Super Bowl, like, what are you talking about, guitar? This game's super easy. But the cool thing, and another thing that's gonna be fun while we play through this, is that this was, I believe, the first football game. I mean, it's the first one we've done so far that actually tracks your stats. So I'm not gonna check it every week, but maybe at the beginning of each stream or each video that I do. You're not watching this obviously live. You're watching this on YouTube. Maybe I'll go through and look at some of the league leaders or where my guys compare to the league leaders. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe halfway through the season, and then check it at the end of the season. Oh, it's the second quarter. You realize the second quarter. Oh, here comes Blitz. Get me. Ah, halftime. Gotta pay more attention. Clock management. Hit him. Oh, he just got out of the end zone. Nice. That's one of the cheap things you can do depending on who your bottom defensive end is a lot of times if they're good enough, you can just dive right into the line right off the snap, and then if your guy's quick enough, he can get right back up and then make a play on the quarterback. Go, Emmett, go. Oh. That's so silly, but hey, whatever, work. So yeah, especially like probably the first quarter and a half of the season. Gonna be a lot of stuff like this where it's just complete and utter blowouts. But if you remember back to the Tecmo Bowl ones, I mean that's kind of the way it was in that too. It was a lot of blowouts early, and then as it wore on, definitely stepped up a little bit in difficulty. Still, I mean, it wasn't like super hard. But it's the same basic mechanics where you see the guys like tie up and just press A as fast as you can. Oh, come on, get him. Someone gonna bring him down. Oh, fumble. That's another thing they introduced in this, is fumbles. There were no fumbles in the original Tecmo Bowl. But yeah, so it's the same mechanics where you just rapid fire press A to either break a break a tackle or a block, and or to bring a guy down if you just grab the ball carrier. And then B does the dive, and generally if you dive at someone and you get them, they go down. Sometimes there are guys who are strong who you cannot. You can dive at and you'll bounce right off of them, which is always hilarious to see. Jack Del Rio. Oh my god, I forgot he played for the Cowboys. Oh, Webster Slaughter. That's the other thing that makes it tough to cover, because you're basically blind. So I'll just put the corners. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Isaac Holt. Safeties, it's. I mean, because look how far back you are as a safety, so it's kind of hard to. Hey, nice job. Oh, go on, get him! Yeah, there we go. Hang on 1 second, just responding to someone. One of the guys from the Pokemon League that I run, we're supposed to battle. He's seeing if I'm available, but see, I'm not. So maybe I'll end up cutting this a little bit short. We'll see. Oh, it bounced off. Usually, that's another thing. Usually, if you're a defender or whatever, and you run into someone one of your guys who's engaged with one of the opponents. Yeah, so usually if you ran into, two guys that are engaged, it'll free your guy. Oh, Webster Slaughter. Alright. Nice. I cut this deficit to 27. Oh, you got it. And that's another difference. Obviously, if you notice that the extra points and field goals, well, basically in this one too, the computer will always onside kick in the fourth quarter if they're losing. I believe. I'm not sure if it's a close game or depending on the time left, but yeah, generally that's what they'll do. Oh, what was I talking about? Oh, the kicking. So in the original Tecmo Bowl, obviously, you had the power meter on extra points and field goals, no matter. And in this one, they got rid of that, and what they did was they had that little cursor that kind of, it's like a directional deal. So it's just kind of, you don't have to worry about how hard you need to kick. You just need to try and line it up right. Basically, in this game, the general rule is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I always remember it being that if you were snapping the ball from your opponent's side of the field, you could hit a field goal. If you tried kicking one from, you know, if the ball was snapped from beyond the 50, your kick would fall short. So basically, you're looking at like 65-yard threshold, maybe around there. Oh, Eric Metcalf. Entire team gang tackles. Ooh. Yeah, it's much harder to get interceptions in this game than obviously in. Ooh, it bounced off people. That's the other thing. That you got guys like that. You have guys like that who can catch the ball in coverage now, whereas, like I said, in I gotta stop bumping into these guys. Oh yeah, guys aren't strong. Oh, and he calls a timeout. Yeah. So if you were. If you were covering a guy, it was a guaranteed interception, where now guys can catch it in coverage. So guys like Jerry Rice can catch it in triple coverage. Here we go. So let's see a post-game wrap-up quick. Emmitt Smith with 62 yards rushing. Aikman only throwing for 153, but no incomplete passes. Michael Irvin 2 catches for 111 yards. So, all right, so let's in the rest of week 1 here, and then we'll do one more, and then I'll wrap this one up. This will be a quick one. So get that battle in with AJ. Alright, I'll skip week 2. Only the second game of the season, the week, so here we go. Oh, and that's another thing that they added, and we didn't see any in the first game, but injuries. So in this game, you can have injuries. And then they have that cool animation of the guy running from the hospital when they come back from injury. So you can look at in the status screen, basically your guys have a physical condition. It basically ranges from excellent. It goes excellent, good, average, bad, and then injured. I mean, I suppose I've never been one to really like pay attention to that. I suppose if you really wanted to be proactive of preventing injuries in this game, I would assume that if a player was listed as bad, you would substitute him. And it does affect things. And he ran out of bounds! What was that? Alright, we'll climb one up. So rare. This is gonna be a touchback. So I'll always, if I have one of my kick returners who gets hurt, then what I'll do is I'll look and see if any of my position players, because basically you can really substitute anybody for any position, as far as like, except for quarterbacks. But you could put a wide receiver a running back at wide receiver, or vice versa if you wanted to. What I'll do is I'll go. Oh, I fell for the play action. Wait. I'll go through all my position players and I'll see if anybody's excellent. Because if you're excellent, I don't really notice a big difference with good and like good as compared to average. But if you have a guy who's excellent, their speed increases. I want to say maybe. Oh, fumble! I want to say that if he's bad, he slows down, but I don't know that 100%. But I do know if you're bad, you're much more susceptible to fumble. Been a rough start to this one. Oh, I just got him. Defense is holding out well, though. See if we can get something going on. Okay. I love that draw play. I don't know why. I just like it. Oh, that's bad. Come on, get there before he does. Yeah, Michael Irvin. And it's so goofy how open guys are in the Tecmo games, but just like, you know, oh, I'm not gonna bother covering that guy. Only 7-0. Oh. Reverse. Oh, get bumped off. Here goes Gary Clark. Catch him. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Ricky Sanders. Yeah, he's going for that shit. Plus, making wire out of me. This is gonna be a dogfight in week 2. That's the other thing, is you don't actually have to tackle the holder to block a kick. Or to stop a kick, I should say. You're not really blocking it if you're tackling the holder. Oh, good lord. I just gotta stop fumbling. Actually, after this play, maybe I'll check his physical condition. Might be bad. Well, that certainly could have been worse. Oh, I forgot to check. Oh, here comes Blitz. This is gonna be painful. Terrell Green! Alright, so go to the change menu here, and let's see. Oh, Martin was one of them. Yeah, Dixon's bad. Martin's only average, though. Let's look at everybody else. Average, 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 good, average. Ooh, bad. Oh, we don't want Aikman to get hurt. That's bad news. We have to go to Babe Laufenberg. Alright, he's looking. We're going to Kelvin Martin. And he's got it. In stride. Touchdown. Here's another thing. Different in the original Tecmo Bowl, like the end zones were based on the teams playing. This one, they're just generic pink and blue. Why pink and blue? I don't know. Like, pink just seems odd choice for a football game. Although maybe it's supposed to be red, because if you look at the NFL logo there in the middle of the field, the NFL letters are pink, so maybe it's a color issue or something. A lot of pink in this game. Look at the down markers. And get him. Oh, he didn't get him. He blocked fast, so that's good. See, also in this one, that a blitz on a pass play, one is not play action pass, is not a death sentence like it was in the original Tecmo Bowl. Oh, come on! Stop diving! Ernest Spiner. Redskins are really good in this game because obviously this is the year they won the Super Bowl, so. Uh-oh, I got it. Touchdown. Computer controlled defenders take terrible angles. And they dive. Yeah, there we go. Block kick. Yeah, if you have a good outside linebacker at that, like, so it's, I guess technically, according to your defense, it would be the left outside linebacker, maybe? You're looking at it that way? I don't know. Second quarter. Alright, we gotta go to the end zone here. Could have kicked the field goal. That probably wasn't a smart thing to do, especially since everybody's kind of covered. Just throw it. What's the worst that can happen? I definitely should kick the field goal there. What was I talking about? I remember what I was talking about. Oh, Brian Mitchell, look at him go. So I suppose this is also a testament of just how much I've played this. Is that generally I know a lot of like the main players on every team. Uh-oh, if I don't get to him, this could be bad. Ooh, interception! Yeah, Hendricks. Man, AG is slow. Not a fast man. Oh, we got everybody and their sister open on this one. I want to kill Martin again. Oh, touchdown! Love those little cutscene animations. 1 second. Check something. Alright. Just looking at the chat. I want to make sure that there's nobody. I had the dashboard open. This is the first time I haven't just had the channel on. So, alright. Usually I keep the dashboard open in case anybody pops in the chat and wants to say something. So, alright, what am I doing here? Yeah, get him. Tony Tolbert. Do the drop one. Look how fast my nose tackle is running. Who got that? Oh, you can't be kidding me. Look how fast my nose tackle is. Nice. I thought I was going to get bumped off there. One thing to keep in mind, I suppose, as we are sitting here staring at an 8-point lead, is that there are no 2-point conversions in this game. So, I'm safe right now. Let's try this reverse. Oh boy. That's a lot of running for 1 yard. Open. Who's not open? Going to Martin. And he's got it. Okay, ooh. Do my zigzag thing. Alright, fourth quarter. Let's hold on to this lead. Let's add to it, I should say. see if we can get this play action working. Takes so long because I can't do anything yet. Oh, come on, Mr. AG. Gotta hang on to that ball. Gotta catch that ball. Oh. Alright, 3rd and 10. Oh, come on, man. What a terrible throw. Alright, we'll settle for the field goal. Sure, why not? Or still try the field goal. And it's good. And Willis. Alright, so we should be pretty safe here with an 11-point lead. Nope. Michael Irvin. Yeah, that's the thing on the onside kick. It's basically your regular offense. Like your quarterback's even out there on the kickoff coverage. Which is swell if you like the Eagles and you have Randall Cunningham. Hey, AG caught one. Oh, I know the end round's coming. Can I stop it though? Boom. Oh, missed him. Uh-oh. Oh. Touchdown. Ernest Biner. Touchdown. Garbage time score. Oh, Kellen Martin. It's funny because your quarterback is that guy right in the middle there, which seems like a terrible idea. Yeah. The funny thing about that too is that you could actually have a guy on the field twice if like one of your regular offensive starters is also your return man, because they'll be waiting to back deep and he'll also be somehow up them. Pretty funny. Actually, I think Kellen Martin gets the credit for a kickoff return for a touchdown on that. I don't remember. We'll check the stats after this. Here we go. 40-20 win over the Redskins. Let's see. 81 yards for Emmitt Smith. 170 for Aikman. Ooh, completion percentage went down. And Kelvin Martin had most of it. Alright, let's quickly accumulate the rest of this week. We'll check out that stat, and I'll wrap this up because I got all kinds of people contacting me now. Alright, so if we go to NFL leaders and off returns, touchdowns. Oh, no, yeah, that's right. They don't. Yeah, oh well. Cool. So here we go. We're getting ready for week 3. So that's a good place to stop this for now. So, um, just a reminder that if you are watching this on Twitch and you want to check out some of the, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to check out some of the previous old school gridirons, there's a playlist set up on the YouTube channel, which if you're not watching this on YouTube right now already, is Ion Game Corner. So youtube.com/Ion Game Corner. Check out all the old school gridiron videos. And if you want to check out when I do these live, head on over to either Twitch, which is obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, Ion Game Corner on Twitch, or you can follow me on Twitter at Ion Game Corner, and I generally remember to tweet out when I'm going live, so you'll get notified right there, or you can just subscribe on Twitch. So however you want to find out when I'm going live, you have options at your disposal. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Hopefully I'll be back no later than next Friday with another old school gridiron. So thanks for checking this out, and we'll catch you next time for another old school gridiron here on the Ion Game Corner.